Before we go to people being influenced by such people as John, let's follow that up with Job. The conversation that happened in heaven that Job never knew about. Okay? Talk about that, Michael.
Well, three times we have in Job 1:8, 1:12, and 2:6, where God comes to Satan, and he says, the Lord said to Satan. So the introduction of this passage is quite striking. Job's minding his own righteous business, right? Yeah. And the Lord comes to Satan. So the provocation of this is unnerving for us as we read it. But each time there's a little negotiation, we might say, and he lets him go a little further in the work he does on Job.
Well, God's bragging about Job. Yep. Have you seen my good servant down here?
Like John. I mean, this guy's doing a great job, and God allows it for reasons we won't know until glory. He allows that allocation of, okay, you can touch him. You can't kill him, but you can touch him. He kills his children, destroys his livelihood, turns his wife somewhat against him, we might say. There's a striking verse in Job chapter 6, verse 10. But it is still my consolation, and I rejoice in unsparing pain that I have not denied the words of the Holy One. And whether it was John or Johnny or others who struggle, it's can we endure this horrific horizontal life to say, I'm not going to deny God? Sure, I have questions. Sure, some people ask why. I ask how an awful lot. I'm sure Johnny asks how an awful lot. But I'm not denying God. I'm a ambling, failing, sinful believer saying, how do I live this way in such a condition? And as we've both tried to articulate in earlier episodes, encouraging other people, seeing a field out there of other people that are hurting, that are in distress, that have no hope whatsoever. And just like Johnny, when I get out of myself and I spend conservatively 10% of my time encouraging people with constant pain, chronic pain, back issues, writing them an email, calling them on the phone, and just walking through, can I encourage you in these things and hang on to Christ, just do the next thing, don't be discouraged. I had a dear pastor friend back at Moody, and now at the Lord, he would say, Michael, don't be discouraged. Discouragement never accomplished a thing. And that whole idea of, will you be faithful even though you don't understand the why or the how?
Yeah. I see God allowing finally Satan to even touch Job's health. Terrible picture of boils all over his body, okay? And Job said the words, though he slay me, yet I will trust him. That was very powerful to me when my grandfather, a Swedish grandfather, his wife died that he loved so much. He never talked very much. At the funeral, he stood up. The only thing he said at her funeral was, though he slay me, yet I will trust him. And he sat down. I never forgot that because he was trusting God, that God knew what he was doing and God would work it all out.